Aloha, Richard Halverson here, and today I'm going to help you out a little bit with assignment 5, and I'll just take you through the first normalization example here. So let me share my screen. All right, so this is the assignment here, and you can see that what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to take this larger table here, and you'll see that it's got many it's in first normal form, uh, and this is the supplier parts table, where all three of the tables are joined together. And so similarly with these other ones, they are tables that have all been joined together in certain ways. Questions 3 and questions 4 are a little different, but what we're going to do today is the same for all of them. So we're going to take this table here and we're going to implement it as a database. And the database is going to have 3 tables. It's going to have 3 tables. The first table is going to be suppliers, and that'll be these first 4 columns here. This, and this. The second table will be parts, which is this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And then the third table will be the SP table, which contains parts parts that are being shipped by suppliers and the quantity. So that would be this column, and this column. All right. And so I give you the instructions. I give you what the assignment is, and it's to, first of all, import this table into a database. First, create a database, and import this table in and name it original, and then decompose this table into a BCNF form, which will be the 3 tables, and then you're to create a view so we can look at the view, and we should see this. Get this table back again. Now, I've just modified this assignment by adding some help. And what I've done is, for the first one here, I've given you detailed instructions on how to do it. And I'm going to go through these detailed instructions now to show you how easy it is. All right, so first of all, we need to create the database. I didn't have that part on here, but we need to create an INNODB database named this. So, I have that here. Okay, so first of all, step 1, copy the table from the HTML page into an Excel worksheet. Value zone. Okay, so I've got an Excel worksheet up open here. I will copy this. So let me go from here down to here, and I will right-click copy and pop this up. And right here, I will right-click, and I'm going to paste the second one because I do not want to match the formatting. I want to do just the values here, match the destination formatting, paste. Okay, so here it is. I have it in nice Excel format now. Now I'm going to save this out as a .csv file. Save the worksheet as a .csv file. Remember where you saved it, so I'm going to just save as, and I'm going to put it down in my summer 2020 folder, and I'm going to name it supplier parts, and I want it to be a .csv, this one, comma, delimited. And let's just make sure that this gets on there. CSV. Save. All right. Now, open cPanel, click on MySQL databases. Under databases, create the database. So let's do that. I'm going to pop this up. This is my cPanel. And let's create the database. I'm going to click on MySQL databases. And I'm going to create a database called, what are we supposed to call it? Let me do this. I'm going to pop this here. I'm going to pop this here, and we're going to name it this. This is the database. Copy, paste, and you got to make sure it doesn't have any spaces. You got to make sure it doesn't have any spaces on either side when you do that copy paste thing. All right. Create database. All right. There we go. There's our database. Now let's go back to cPanel. Let's click on phpMyAdmin, and here we are, right here, the first one. So create the database, return to cPanel, open phpMyAdmin. In the left sidebar, click to open the database you just created. That would be this one. And in the database you just created, click on the Import tab, Import. And in the File to Import section, browse and find the CSV file you just saved. So I'm going to click Browse and click around, and here I am. If I called it supplier SU, here we go, supplier_parts.csv. That's what I called it. Click on that, open it up, and it knows it's a .csv file right here. And it says scroll to the bottom and make sure you click on this first line contains table column names checkbox. That's because at the top of the file we have the column names. We don't want this to be part of the data. We want these to be the column names. So right here I'm going to click the first line contains column names. So click that checkbox, and it's comma separated. Click go. And there we are. You see it converts it, insert statements, and so on. And we have our table in here. It's named Table 1. So once the import is complete, the table will be named something like Table 1. And click on it and go to the Structure tab. Okay, so we can see it over here, or we can, if we click on this right up here, we can click on the Structure tab here. That works. This is in the Database Structure tab. And we see the list of tables. There's only one. Click on the table that we just imported. I'm just going to click on it, and here it is. Looks like a nice table. And scroll down and rename it. Oh, click on the Operations tab, which is this, and go down to rename the table, and let's name it Original. And make sure you set it to storage engine to INNODB. It's very important you do that. And then click go. And there we go. Now our table is named Original. We've got the table named Original, and when we click on it, we see it's our table. Very good. Next, we're going to set the field types. So in our original table, we can click on the Structure tab. This is inside the table now. Here, we'll click on Structure right here. And we've got all these fields here. And what we're going to do is we're going to set all the fields now here in this table. And then when we split them out to our normalized tables, then the field types will already be set. So I'm going to set it says here, it gives some suggestions. For the supplier parts table, set the field size is slightly larger than the defaults. We can do that. Supplier and part numbers can be varchar 5. S-name, P-name, city, and color can be 25. Status and quantity should be an integer, and we can just do the default integer. The weight should be some sort of floating point that can handle a decimal point, so we can just have it be float with the default. And so let's do this. I'm going to click all of these here. And I'm going to click on Change. And so here I'm going to set this to 5. I'll set this to 25 I'll set this to, I'll take this away so it's the default, which is going to be 11. I'll make this one 25. I will make this one 5. I will make this one 25, the name of the part, 25. The color can also be 25. I have some long fancy color. The weight can be float, F, float, and I can just take off this default, and the city can be 25, and the quantity can be an integer. It's an integer quantity. I will leave off the length, and so will be the default. I don't really want any of these to be null, so I'm going to unnull all these. All right, that's pretty good. I'm going to click save. Okay, you notice we haven't set any keys yet or anything. Okay, so these fields are all good. Next, so we've done all that. Next, create the normalized table schemas. So basically, from here, we're going to use this original table, and we're going to create 3 copies: one for suppliers, one for parts, and one for the SP table, supplier parts quantities table. So I'm in original. I'm going to go to operations, and I'm going to go down to copy table, and I'm just going to copy the structure because I just want the field names. I'm going to populate the tables later, last in fact. And so I'm going to make one copy. I'm going to copy this to S. Okay, there's S there. I'm going to make an SP. There we go. There's an SP, and I'm going to make a P. Alrighty. So now I've got my original, my P, my S, and SP. My P, S, and SP, they're all empty, and they all have all the fields. So next I'm going to want to delete all of the fields for these tables that I don't need. So let's start with parts, and I'm going to go to structure. I'll go to click on parts. You know, you can actually just click on this little icon right there to get the structure, or here. And this is the parts table, P. So I'm going to get rid of this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. I'm going to get rid of those fields. Drop. Yes. All right. And I'm going to go to suppliers. I can click on this little icon here and go directly to structure. These are suppliers. I'm going to get rid of this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Drop. And finally, I'm going to get rid of this one. Or let's look at the supplier parts table, SP, structure. I'm going to get rid of all of these fields for supplier. I'm going to get rid of all these fields for parts. And I'm going to leave SNO, PNO, and SPQTY. So let's drop all those ones I checked, and we end up with these 3. Okay, what's next? I think we're going to set the keys now. I think we can set the keys. Then make P&O the primary key for parts. Oh. Make SNO and P&O the primary key for SP table, and make SNO the primary key for the S table. Okay, so let's do that. On my, these are the 3 tables. Let's go to structure for P, and I'm going to make this one the primary key. There we go. And I'm going to go to S, and I'm going to make S the primary key. And then I'm going to go to SP structure and make both SNO and PNO the primary key. There we go. All right, so I'm done with this part. Next, I'm going to insert the rows from original. So that's pretty easy. I give you what to do here. For the S table, you just execute this instruction. I'm going to do that for you. Right now, the S table is empty, and so I'm going to do an SQL statement here, and I'm going to say insert into S, and what I'm going to insert is distinct. This is very important, this distinct, because you want it to be a relation. You don't want there to be any duplicates. SNO, S name, S status, got to make sure the order is right, S city. Select distinct those from original. Okay, that's it. That's what we got to do. So, boom. And we end up with, there we go, nicely populated. Let's go to P. P is empty. I'm going to say select. I'm going to say insert into P. What do I want to insert? I want to insert select PNO. Oh, I didn't I? Oh, it's nicer to. I'm going to go to structure, and I'm going to say SQL up here, and then I see the names here in a nice order. So let's do that instead. Let's use that instead. Insert into P, select PNO, P name. Let's get this right. P name, P color, P weight, and P city from original. Go. Oh, P. I forgot to do distinct. That was the problem. This is messed up now. See, it actually entered a duplicate name. So I got to go back to P, and I got, oh, it's empty. Very good. Glad it's still empty. Let's try this again. SQL. Distinct is important. Insert into P, select distinct. PNO, P name, P color, P weight, P city. Oh, from original. There we go. Go. Very good. There it is. Let's go to SP. SP is empty. SQL. Insert into SP. Select distinct. You actually don't need the distinct this time, but it's a different lesson. SNO, PNO, SPQTY from original. Original. Okay, go. All right, so now we've got original. We've got all three of these. The keys are there. Let's just take a look and see where we are as far as SU. Let's see where we are here. And we're Joe Schmo. Joe Schmo. And let's look at assignment 5, normalization of schemas. Okay, we didn't do view. We didn't do the view yet. Didn't do the view. We didn't set that as, oh, original. Oh, we got to set original. We got to set the keys for original too, huh? All right, and then there's these are missing. These are the foreign key constraints. Okay, so let's fix this up. Let's go. Okay, let's go to original. And I guess it likes to see what the primary keys are here. The primary keys for this would be SNO and PNO. So let's do that. Let's make this the primary key. And okay, those are taken care of. Let's do the foreign key. Oh, let's do the foreign keys. Foreign keys. Go to SP, structure, click on relation view, and this PNO has got a link to this table P, PNO, and add constraint, and we don't need to worry about the on delete, on update. Just leave them restrict. It means if it's if there's a foreign key constraint, it'll just stop any deletions or updates from happening if it's a problem. For SNO, same database, table S. So this is in the SP table. The PNO column is a foreign key constraint to PNO of the P table, and SNO to the S table SNO field. So click Save. And now let's look here. And we see, oh, these are fixed. Now all we got to do is create this view. All right, I tell you how to do that right here. There's a statement here. You just execute that statement. I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna go to SQL, and I'm gonna say create view, and let's call it view original. And then we put what we want this select statement for this view is, and that would be select, and we can just get all the fields because we're going to natural join, so it's going to keep track of the similarly same named fields. From S natural join SP natural join P. S natural join SP natural join P. So that's what we want. Whenever we look at the view original view, it should display up the result of this select statement. Click go, and it accepted it. And now if we look over here on the left, we see there's a view original, and when we click on view original, we see that it is exactly the table. Now the rows might be in a different order, the columns might be in a different order. That's fine. Relation, rows, order of the rows don't matter, order of the columns don't matter. Let's go back here, click refresh, and we see that we got all the points. That's for the first one. You can do the rest of them. And I'm also going to see if, I think only the first one should work, but what happens when I click on this? The first one works fine. The problems here are because there are no tables here. So we only got 10.5 out of 40 points. So when the rest of the tables are there, these should be green also. All right. So that should, I've shown you how to do the first one. Parts 2, 3, and 4 are the same idea, and you just got to complete those and use this helper here to make sure you get all the points right. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching.